Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby and I warmly welcome you to the Northern Caribbean island of Anguilla. These leafy greens were planted out almost a month ago and the growth has been exceptional. But as always, there are weeds to contend with. Hello, today is November the 5th and my plan for this afternoon is to get this beautiful bed of leafy greens weeded. We have this weed, I think they call it seed of many or something like that. People use this to treat kidney stones. They draw this in hot water. It's medicinal, but it multiplies really quickly in your garden bed. So this one is just about to go to seed. It has seeds that starts forming at the bottom, and what I don't want is for these seeds to mature and reseed in here and we have a weedy mess. I'm really trying to keep weeds at a minimum because as we all know, weeds, they steal a lot of nutrition from our crops. And so I'm just taking a moment here to weed this bed, see what's going on in here. I'm seeing that the pak choys are being chewed on, not excessively, so I am not going to sweat about it. We're still going to get some pak choys from this. We have some small pak choys. I think I'm going to fill in the spaces with the small pak choys that I haven't yet planted out. I'm going to fill in the spaces that I'm seeing in here with those little pak choys, and I am going to take you guys with me with the experiment that we started 2 weeks ago, guys. The ginger experiment, it has begun shooting, and so we need to sprinkle some of that soil in the container. As we saw in that short, we're going to try this new Asian way of growing ginger to see if it makes a difference in the amount of root that we will get from the ginger. So let me read this quickly and I will pick you guys back up in a little bit. Gotta go and get my hat for the mosquito net. Mosquitoes biting my face now. Oh. Earlier this year I planted some beetroots in containers, guys, and I noticed that when the root of the beetroots were exposed like this, the beetroot did not form. So I learned, well, I did it in the container. We're going to see if it bulks up here. I learned that when you hill up around the beetroot and the root is like this, and put on my tool here, you see how this here is, it's nice and under the ground. The beetroot tends to form better that way. So I'm noticing that some of my beetroots, they are exposed. So I'm going to hill up around them. See how this one is it's starting to bulb up there. So I'm going to just put the dirt around it, hill up around it. I found that when I did that earlier this year in the container gardening, that the beetroots form. Before, I was having a hard time getting those beetroots to form. You see how this is long and there's no bulbing. So I just want to hill up. I am going to have a hard time cleaning my nails out later. Yeah, so I'm just going to hill up around the beetroots like that. And we're going to see if these beetroots begin forming nice size roots for us. But all in all, the plants of the beetroot plants, they're looking pretty good. I want to hurry up and get this enclosure shut down because the moths will start coming out and I don't want anybody to get in here Inside here is looking very, very good. I have some beetroot seedlings there. I'm going to pop them into some of the spaces here because today we are allowed to do some root crop planting. So I'm going to plant with a little bit of beetroot seedlings I have there as well. And we're going to get to the ginger. See that? See that chicken over there? That's the next problem I have to deal with in the garden. Wild chickens. They eat everything. We're gonna get this ginger experiment on a roll. The gingers have sprouted. See, one sprouted there, one sprouted here. Just to get the camera closer. Yeah, they're sprouting. They're just about now, coming up out of the soil. So we're gonna put a teeny tiny bit of dirt, and we're gonna see if they continue to emerge out of the soil and continue to grow up and up. See if the entire tire here becomes filled with ginger. Let's get started. All right, so let's zoom in. All right, that's one ginger there. Let me reposition the camera a bit so we can get, yeah, I think that one would be better for us to work with. So we're gonna keep an eye on this plant. I'm gonna use my hand and I'm going to put in just some regular dirt from outside. Nothing fancy. I didn't buy anything. I didn't remove any of the stones. There's stones in there if you want to take out the stones. So we're just gonna sprinkle this dirt, regular dirt from outside, guys. I did not mix in any manure in this. I did not mix in any manure in this. So I'm just gonna, yeah. Whereas, this little teeny tiny bit is still there up out of the soil, and this one is just there. So let's do that with all the rest. So that's what, halfway? I buried it halfway. So let's, just sprinkle the dirt. Sprinkle it in. Don't want to bury it, but like that. Just a little bit. A little bit. And see how it goes. Yep. Just like that, guys. So we've gotten this experiment off to a start. And I am very, very, very excited. So we're going to see if that video was based on facts or if it was nonsense. We're going to find out together. And I'll be your guinea pig. Alright, so that's it. That's it. So we just buried these things, slightly. We're going to see within a week or two next week, or maybe the following week, we will see how it continues to grow all the way up. So I'm molding up this radish here. These are the China rose radishes that we planted less than a week ago, or a week ago if so much. But I'm noticing that, this, you see, I don't think it should be like that. So I'm just molding up around these radishes, and at the same time hoping that I could disturb these weed seedlings as enough to kill them. So I'm just using this little handy tool and just pulling some dirt around the base of the radishes. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I think it should be more buried than exposed like that. I'm thinking that it just like the beetroot, that if the oh, we have a volunteer okra in here. This can't stay here, so we're gonna put this. Let's get a pot for this. Yeah, I'm thinking that um that molding up these should be what I should do, because I don't think the root should be out in the ground like that at all. Now that I've finished cultivating around these plants, I'm gonna get some rabbit manure to come and put around these. Fine time, they are not doing so great, so I'm gonna put some more rabbit manure around those, as well as around this zucchini, because all three of the zucchini, they are not coming. So I'm thinking that it either didn't pollinate well or it needs some amendment. I haven't amended it since planting, and so I'm going to amend the zucchini as well as the squashes and give them some amendment. Oh, there's so much going on here, guys, so much. I'm trying to figure out which ones to show you. This pumpkin patch is struggling, but we decided to leave it alone and see what comes of it. Pumpkin is a plant that surprises you. You just leave it alone. We're just going to leave that alone. Over here, I planted 4 okra trees, as well as 6 eggplants over here. And in this bed over here, I planted the onions. So now we just have some cabbage seedlings that we need to get into the dirt, because the soil that I have them in the pots is not good. So we just need to find a bed to put the cabbages in. I hope you can see them. They're very tiny, but they're all doing good. I think it's like 28 of them we have. Not the numbers we were hoping for, but we will start some more seeds, and we'll start them tonight, as is we could plant tonight, not tomorrow, tonight the 5th. So we're going to put those in some napkins, and when they germinate, I'm just going to pick them out and put them into some dirt. My pineapple patch is going good here as well. The watermelons here are going good as well. I'm glad she planted these, because I'm actually reading this book on gardening, and it was highlighting that succession planting is what serious gardeners do. So I'm glad that those are there, so that, because the other plants, they're at the flowering stage where this is now starting to vine. So when these start to peter out, we can begin to get from those. All the trucks are driving by. Let me show you the book. This is the book. What is it? Homegrown Vegetables. Oh, the Creative Homeowner. My mom gave me this book. It's from Jim Wilson. Yeah, so a lot of it is not for the Caribbean, but the principles of gardening. And you guys, I always tell you, I love beauty, and so I tap into different areas to get inspiration. So I'm right now reading this book, and succession planting is one of the characteristics of a serious gardener, a serious gardener. So we have succession of beans, we have succession of cucumbers, we have some sweet peppers. Actually, I said that I have some sweet pepper seedlings. I haven't found anybody who wanted seedlings, so I'm gonna get these seedlings I have remaining into some soil this evening, as it's the last planted evening. This planter I'm talking about, there's some beautiful healthy seedlings in here, So I'm gonna go and look for a place to put these guys. This is not a pepper. I'm gonna find a place to put these few pepper plants. The ones we planted here, they're doing very, very well. As you can see, I tried opening the netting today. It blew down. Anyway, it's time to close it up. Anyway, the moths are gonna come out pretty soon. I'm just giving the wasp, whatever bees are flying by, some more time. It's about time to close them up. I'm hoping that we can get fruit. I really am, because I really cannot come out here and pollinate every cucumber flower in here. So as I was saying, we have some succession of just continuing the list of okras. We just dug out some volunteers, yeah, and we just planted those. So those will be the next stage, because these guys, hopefully they will begin bearing pretty soon. We started cabbages, so, and these guys are ahead, so hopefully we could plant the next set that we will have cabbages and not have to buy that. We have some tomatoes. What I'm waiting for is these tomatoes to send out shoots, send out suckers, and after they send out the suckers, I'm gonna root those. I'm not going through the seed. I'm gonna root from what we have here, and we actually have a determinate tomato called Celebration. I want to root those as well to see if we can get more plants without having to go through the seed, from the seed. So we can have a succession of tomato plants. All right, so let me go get my manure. I need to amend these herbs, these, what do you call them? Pine thyme and the squashes. Yes, lovey. What's that, babes? You see a hummingbird? Okay. So that is it for this evening. Tomorrow, I'm going to try making up some new garden beds for more cabbages, more broccoli rapini. We're trying out the broccoli rapini because I've tried broccoli before. I've tried broccoli before and I've never been successful. Never. I've never gotten broccoli to produce a floret. So the camera's shaking. Taking you to the spot where we are going to make up these new garden beds. All right, so tomorrow we are going to make up some new garden beds over here. Going to make up 2 beds here, going all the way to that bin there, from there to here. I think that's about what, 25 feet it looks like. That's a guesstimation. So I'm going to put 2 beds there, and I'm going to also add about 3 short rows right here, and plant some more sweet potato, as a friend said that this would not be enough for our family. Our extended family is not going to be enough. If it was just my husband and kids, yes, but we also have 2 additional adults to feed, and it's suggested that we plant a lot more, because when those hot months come around again next year, we won't be able to plant these things and expect to get any crop. So we're going to plant as much as we can, because root crops, sweet potatoes, store a very, very, very long time. And so we're going to try and put in some more rows of sweet potatoes. If we could get at least 3-4 rows more of the sweet potatoes, so that we can have enough to last us to next year, because sweet potatoes do and can last that long. So we're going to plant more, and so that we will have our own supply of sweet potatoes throughout the year of 2026. So the garden book mentioned that that's a serious gardener thinks about all those things, planting enough to last for the next time for planting. So I'm trying to implement that. So I'm gonna tomorrow morning, hopefully I could get out here by 5:30, 6 o'clock. Who am I kidding? I'm not a morning person, guys. But that's the goal, to come out here and start digging these beds tomorrow. Let's see how far we get. Let's see how far we get. Good evening, guys. Today is November the 8th. On the 6th and the 7th, I prepared the garden beds as I said I would. Those days were no planting days. So I did a lot of cleaning up, a lot of weeding, a lot of searching for insects, because there are some army worms getting into the cabbages. Apparently they can crawl under, and they do crawl under. It's a darker looking worm. So some of my cabbages have a couple holes on them. I've only found one army worm so far, a darker green caterpillar, as I said. So every time I start the camera, it gets super noisy. Anyway, guys, the plan today is to plant a bunch of root crops. Over here, I have prepared this bed here, these two trenches, to plant ginger. And why, you're probably saying, why am I planting so much ginger? There's so many of us, and a lot of us love juicing, and we love a lot of ginger. Those who are close to us know that we use ginger a lot. We really do adore its flavor and its medicinal properties as well. I am a person who used to have a lot of stomach problems, and I found that ginger helps with digestive issues. So hence the habit of using ginger a lot. So I have already gotten all my sweet potato slips ready. So we're gonna plant that out shortly. But right now we're gonna focus on some ginger. I bought about $10, 10 EC dollars worth in ginger, as you can see here. And what I did last night is that I washed them off, because most of the root crops are already have been treated with an inhibitor. So I tend to wash them off to get that inhibitor off, as well as to, sterilize the root, because it's coming from another garden and you don't know what problem that garden may have. So I washed off my ginger, and now we're just going to put it in a trench down here on both sides. But first I'm going to put my manure, a little bit of soil, and then plant these 2 rows of ginger. As you can see, it's in between the trees, and this is the only direct sun it gets throughout the day. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it will get sun till about 5:30, and that's the only direct soft evening sun. And that's what ginger likes. It does not like the blazing sun. So I'm gonna get these planted out, and we're gonna head over and get the sweet potatoes planted out, and we're gonna plant some Irish potatoes today as well, guys. And that will be it for the week. I take off this shirt just for a short period of time, and the mosquitoes are already here. So guys, let's talk about this concoction pretty quickly. Now this concoction is made out of something my mom calls paracetamol. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. If you know it as another name, let me know what you know this plant to be in the comment section down below. As well as I blended some lantana with this paracetamol. And the reason why I'm putting the lantana, usually I just blended the paracetamol alone with water. I sprayed the plants with it, and I found that nothing was on it. For the last week, my children, my family actually came down with the flu. And as you know, with children, when they are sick, as mama, you get absolutely no sleep. So in the evenings, I did not come out here for the last 7-8 days. For a while, guys, I did not come out and spray these plants, and the bugs have started eating them again. So I am going to start spraying again. And if you hear my son in the background, he and his sister are arguing. So I'm going to start spraying these plants again, and we are going to see if the bugs again retreat together. And if it does work, guys, how fantastic would that be that we can grow our own insecticide? Just pick a piece of lantana, pick a paracetamol, blend it in water, and spray it in the evening. All I'm doing is using this spray bottle, spraying it lightly on the plants. Gosh. Spraying it lightly on the plants, and I do that every evening, guys. Yes, it's tedious work, tedious, tiresome, repetitive, all the words in the dictionary you could think about. That's what this is. But when you're doing organic gardening, something has to give. So it's either pesticide, where it's a one and kill all, which is good and bad, or the organic route, which is repetitive and tackle the ones that are bothersome. All right, so this is where we're going to part ways today, guys. Let me just cover my shoulders here. Yeah, this is where we're going to part ways today, guys. If you enjoyed the video today, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you have any tips and tricks that you have up your sleeve that you wish to share, leave them down in the comment section down below. Share the video with your friends and family that you think would be encouraged by the content. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe and join us in this community as we try to share whatever we are learning with one another in the garden world. All right, take care, guys. See you next week. Bye. This is another downside to you doing the organic route. As you can see, there are a few dark clouds rolling through, but I don't know if they'll stick around, because once the breeze is strong, it might not stay, it might blow over. Hoping it does so I can get to spray.